The best way to move files up to your server and down from your server is to use an FTP client. And the one I would suggest is FileZilla. It's a free open source program. All you have to do is download it from the site that you will see underneath this video and install it. Just go and find the version that is correct for your computer and then install it in your computer and then open it up. And here's what you see when you open FileZilla for the first time. You'll notice that your local sites reside over here on the left, and then on the right will be where your remote site is when you connect to it using FTP. The window underneath that is the file name window. So when you click on something up here, for instance the C drive, we can see the folders under it. So it's just like a tree. As we click into the tree, we can expand further down into the list. Then what happens is when we select something to upload from this side, we make it upload to the server, it will queue them down here and upload them two at a time. So the first thing you need to do is to put in the information for your site. So to do that, you can go to the site manager, and here you can put in your new site. So just put the name of the site in here. Then on this side, you want to choose a normal login and then put the FTP username and password that your hosting provider provided to you in here. Also make sure you enter your domain name up here and then click connect. You'll see in the window over on this side the progress of what is happening during the upload process or connect process. And now you'll see we have a remote site on this side and the files inside of it and the folders. On this server, everything goes inside public_HTML. So we click on that, and then we can upload our files from our computer up to the host. So let's pick a file to upload here. Now to upload these files, all we have to do is select them. So if we hold the control key down, we can select multiple files, right click and click upload. And as you see, they queue them down here and they start to upload everything. Now the queue is empty. So if we bring our site up now, we'll just key in the domain name, our new site should come up. And here it is live on our server, all set up. So that's how you use it to upload files. You can also download files from your server back down to your site. And it's just the same in reverse. All you do is select an item on the server side and make sure you have your local computer set to the directory you want on this side. Then all we have to do is right click, say download, and it'll queue that. And then when we're done, there's the affiliate marketing directory from that side to this side. Now you can also delete files off of your server and off your local machine as well. If we wanted to delete what we just uploaded, we could just select them. And if we hold the control key down, we can select multiple files. And then just right click and we can say delete. And that's if we were sure. We say yes, and it deletes those files for us. We can also create a directory on our server. Just right click, create a directory, and then you just give it a name here. Okay, and there's our directory. Then we could upload files and folders inside that directory as well. So that's how you use FileZilla to move files up and down to and from your server. Probably the most popular way to accept payments and to send payments on the internet is to use PayPal. And you can just go to paypal.com and sign up for an account. What you have to do is click on sign up and then pick your home country If your country's not in there, then you're not allowed to have a PayPal account, but most countries are in here. And then your language down here. Next, pick your account type. Now, to be able to sell products on the internet, you're going to have either a Premier or a business account. If you want to open a business account, you're going to have to supply PayPal your business credentials, so make sure you have a registered business before you try and open a business account. If you don't have a business entity, you can open a Premier account. So just click on your selection. Now, PayPal operates by email address. You actually send and receive money through your email address. So you'll choose an email address, then just go through the whole sign up process here. Now, by supplying your credit card number in here, it does two things for you. It's easy to get yourself verified, therefore making you more credible on the internet, and it also allows you to purchase some items if you need them for your business. So it's a good idea to get your credit card linked right here. Now all you have to do is agree and create your account, and your account's will be ready to use. Now once you've signed up, you can just log into your account and you can use the various features that PayPal has. Let's go over how to create a couple of different kinds of buttons. We'll go over how to create a payment button, and we will go over how to create a subscription button for recurring payments. So first we'll sign into our account. Then click on Profile. Now in here, under Selling Preferences, just go to My Saved Buttons. If you have any buttons in here, it'll bring them up inside here, and you can either view them or edit them. Just by clicking on the side here, you can edit the button, view the code, create a similar button, or create a new button. Now, to create a new button, just over here at Related Items, just click Create New Button. Now we're at the button creation screen. You can accept payments for products, services, subscription and recurring billing, donations, and gift certificates. So if you're going to sell a product like an ebook, you would select Products, and whether you're going to create a button to add to cart or create a Buy Now button. You create a Buy Now button if you're only going to sell a single product on the particular site. If you're going to sell multiple products, you'd want to do an add to cart. Here you give an item name. You can give it an item ID if you want. You don't have to. Your price. Then the currency you want to be paid in. Now you can customize your buttons here. You can add a drop-down menu with a price option if you're going to have multiple prices. You can have add drop-down menu without the prices for multiple items, or you can have an add a text field for multiple items as well. You can also use a standard PayPal button. You can use a small button. You can display the credit cards, country and language for their button, and select the button text. So you can change the button text there. Now you can also use your own button. If you do that, you have to put the link in here to where your button resides on your server. It'll then create a payment button that has your image on it. We'll stick with PayPal button for now. If you're shipping an item physically rather than downloading it, you can use the settings in your PayPal profile to figure out how much to charge for shipping. This is not an issue with digital products. Or you can use a specific amount. Same with tax. You can use the amount in your PayPal profile, or you can use a flat rate. Next, you can choose whether you want to use a secure merchant ID or your plain text email address to determine your account ID. I suggest you use a secure merchant account because it won't show anything to anybody that reveals your ID. Only PayPal can determine the account that it's attached to. Now, if you're tracking inventory, you have a section in here. Just click Track Inventory, and then Track by Item, Item ID, the number you have in stock, and the alert quantity you can put in here. Again, this is not something you are going to do with digital products. Then we have step 3, and this is something you will use. First of all, you can determine whether you want to let the customer change the order quantities. If you were selling an ebook, they're only going to need one, so you could put no there. If you're selling some physical product and you want to let them choose more than one, then you would select yes. If your customer can add special instructions in a message, yes or no. You can give them a prompt here. Do you need your customer's shipping address? Yes or no. Digital product, you don't really need it, but if you want to keep track of it, you can leave that at yes. Now here's a couple of important things here. This is how you set up your automation. What you do here, if the customer cancels their order, you can send them back to their home page or to any other URL that you want. Here, if the customer pays for their product, you can send them to your download page by checking this and putting the URL to the download page in here. And that's how you automate your payment process, so they can download their items right after payment. You don't have to intervene in any way. And then down here is an advanced function where you can add different variables to the button code. This isn't something that you're usually going to have to do, but these are some of the things you can use over here. Not necessary for standard buttons. Okay, so then we just create the button. It gives you some button code here. So if you select the code and copy it, you can paste that into your website, and this payment button will show up on your website. You also have an email link. You can send this an email, and when they click on the link, it will take them to the payment screen so that they can pay for the product. So that's how easy it is to create a button. Now, at this point, you could create a similar button if you wanted to create more buttons, or we could go to My Save Buttons. Go to My Save Buttons, and this is our button on the top. And here's our actions here. We can edit, view code, create a similar button, delete the button, or create a new button. If we want to use any of those options, that's fine. If we don't, we can just create a new button again. This time we'll create a recurring payment button or subscription. If you're familiar with membership sites, that is when people will join a site to get some products every month on a recurring basis, and PayPal will automatically bill them and send you the money to your account. All you have to do is select subscription and recurring billing. Again, you have the item name and a subscription ID here. The subscription ID is just the same thing as your ID for the product that we did before. We have all the same options down here until we get to this point. Now you can have PayPal create usernames and passwords for a customer for your site. This is an advanced function, and you have to have a script to do that on your server. Then again, you select your currency and the recurring amount of the billing. So if you're going to bill $18.50 per month, you put it in there. So it's $18.50 per 1 month. If you were going to bill it for 30 days, you could switch this to 30, and you could say days. Or for 4 weeks. However you want to set this up, you have the options to do it like that. If you want to stop the billing after a certain number of payment cycles, this is where you can set that. If you don't set anything here, it'll just keep recurring. Now, if you want to try to bill a customer again after a failed attempt, usually you're going to want that as yes, because sometimes people don't have their PayPal account funded with enough money, it'll try it again in 3 days, and it'll try it again 5 days after that to get the money to your account. You can also offer a trial subscription, and if you do, you can give it either a free trial or a lower rate, and then give it the US dollars here, and then how long the trial will be. So if you had a 3-day free trial, so they can get to your site and check it out before the payment went through, this is how you do it. You can also offer a second trial if you want. From here, the rest of it is the same. You have your secure merchant account, plain text, you have your tracking of inventory, and your customizations down here. This is all the same. When you're done, create your button. So now we have the same thing here. You select your code, and you have your email link as well. You can create an unsubscribe button with the recurring payments if you want. If you do this, you can put an unsubscribe button right on your site if you want to do this, and then people can easily unsubscribe. Let's create the button, and here's your unsubscribe button. Okay, now we'll go over creating a donation button. You've no doubt seen donation buttons on some people's sites. So if you want to donate them money, you can. Just create a donation button. The organization name or service goes here, and the ID on this side. That's exactly the same. Again, button customization, your currency, and let them enter their own contribution amount or a fixed amount. Whichever you want to do there. Then again, you have your merchant ID or your email address. Now, save your button. You can save your button at PayPal. There's nothing else to do in there. And then your button customizations. This is the same thing again. You can add special instructions. You can send them to the download page or to the cancel page if you want. For instance, if you were selling a product and you were letting them name their own price, you could create a donation button and fill out all this the same as before. And then when you're done, you just create your button. And that is how you create your donation button. Okay, so that's how you use your PayPal account to collect payments from your customers.